would you like to talk about today?
We're just going to talk about where I'm going to be in, 5 years or so.
Mm-hmm.
So,
tell me more about that.
Well, I am hoping after 2 more years of school, I'm going to have my degree done.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to, hopefully, I'll be doing my degree here through distance education in the Kootenays. And then after those 2 years, I'll be hoping to go back to the island where I'm from. And so in about 3 years, I'm wanting to hopefully have a job that I don't know is going to be the one place I'll stick with, but at least a good start to get some experience with that. And then, once I kind of have, after about a year or so of a steady job, if I can get a steady job, by 5 years, I'm hoping, I'll be, my goodness, 27 by then. Yeah, 27. So by then, I'm wanting, to be able to start, having, before then even, 26 maybe, starting to get, the new car, getting to be able to put, a down payment on a house.
It sounds like you got a good start on your goal.
I'm thinking so, yeah. So far, that's a thought, but it's hard to look ahead also just because I'm been with someone for 2 years now, so I'm obviously thinking that I'm going to continue to be with him, but I don't want to set my goals to be with his goal, because you never know what's going to happen.
But it's really hard to not make plans for your future because you want those steady goals.
Yeah,
right?
So that's what I'm kind of, I'm kind of going off that. Should I, obviously if I'm getting a house, if we're still together, we'd be getting the house together, but I think even if I'm not with him, not that I don't think I would, but I'd want to, that's still a place in my life that as alone by myself, I still would want to be able to get a house, I think.
Definitely, and that's a very big step for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good to think about and just to try to say that I know I could do it, I think, by myself, so.
With your degree,
yeah,
and just the person that you are, I think you'd be able to do that.
Yeah, so that's kind of financially, but then again, there's all the student loans, so I've just kind of been starting to think about that, and in 5 years, I haven't even really thought about how long it's going to take me to pay off all these loans.
Yeah, and student loans are very big.
Yeah.
And it affects you all your life.
So I'm obviously going to have a payment plan kind of going with that then too, and I guess at the end of 4 years, or 2 more years of this, I'll kind of realize how much I'm in for my student loan and how long that will kind of take into play and see if I can kind of balance all of that together.
So, what does your future look like with your degree?
My degree, yeah. So with my degree, I for sure want to be back on the island. I'm not quite sure where yet on the island, but I'm not too concerned about that.
Away from your parents?
I don't know, I don't really mind being in the Comox Valley, which is where I'm from, and that's where my parents live, so I wouldn't mind being there, but I'm definitely anywhere on the island. It's within pretty much, I shouldn't say anywhere, but really from the Comox Valley, it's really in the middle of the island, so the furthest place is 3 hours away.
Okay.
So I think anywhere on the island would just fit for me, just because I could still go a day trip home and kind of come back.
Definitely,
so
that's convenient.
Yeah, so I think that with my degree, I'll be on the island. I'll definitely be wanting to work with kids for sure.
So that's your main interest?
My main interest, yeah. I'm doing my child and youth degree. That's what I'm going to go for. So I've kind of been tossing this up in the air. I don't know if I want to be in a school, if I want to be in the government working with kids, I've kind of been weighing that out in my head. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so you definitely have some options and a decision to make later on in life.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, exactly. So I think that will kind of come with the opportunities also. With what's available when I'm done school. Because I can't really be too picky right away just to get the experience. So once I get my first job, then I can kind of see if that's a really good fit for me. But at this point, trying to plan for that, last year I did my practicum in a school as a child and youth care worker in a school. So this year I'm going to try to step outside the box and do something different maybe.
And you never know if you might not like it or not.
Yeah, so I'm just going to kind of try it, and then if that works for me, better than the school, because I loved the school, but who knows, I could love something.
You never know unless you don't try it, right?
Yeah, so, and I love kids, so I think anything I do with kids I'm going to love to do, but I think there'll be one key thing that I'll be wanting to stick with.
Once you find it, you'll find it.
Yeah.
So, tell me more about the stresses you have in your life.
The stresses?
What you're worried about within your future.
Yeah, so that would be, again, what the biggest stress I would say is I think I'm putting too much stress on myself, wanting to know right now what I want to do. Like, do I want to work in a school? Do I want to work here? I am putting quite, everyone says, what do you want to do? Well, I know I want to work with kids, but that's, the stress would be, I'm always very organized, so not knowing an exact plan is a little bit stressful for me because, it's the unknown. I don't know who I'll be working, where I'll be working. I know we'll be on the island, I'm hoping at least. But I would say that's the biggest stress. And then obviously the student loans too, and working, trying to pay those off, trying to achieve the goal of having a down payment for a house.
So it sounds like you're a very organized person and you always need a plan.
Yeah.
And then you're stressed about not knowing where you're going to be.
Yeah. Not being able to have a concrete plan it can be stressful for me, for sure. Yeah. So that's kind of what's weighing on my mind at this moment. But I've really been trying to, as hard as it is, it's still stressing me, but I've been trying to focus on 1 year at a time, but then in the back of my mind there's always, where am I going to be in 5 years, right?
Yeah, and that's very worrisome for a lot of people.
Yeah. So trying to balance reality, which is really where am I going to be in 5 years, and
what you want and what you need.
Exactly.
Right?
So that's kind of, scary and stressful in a sense. Yeah. But I think I'll be able to figure it out, and I think I have pretty good family support, so I think I'll be able to, they'll be behind me either way, whatever I do, so.
Tell me more about your family and your support system.
Yeah, well, my mom's she's never pushed education on us kids, but she's always really encouraged it. Both my mom and dad went to school, and both of them have very good jobs, so I've been able to kind of see that even though my mom's not doing what she went to school for, the education still has kind of got her to what job she's in right now. So she's never pushed school, but she's always given us full support to kind of do whatever. Like, it wasn't what we're going to school for. She just wanted us to kind of be, even if we didn't go to school, she would be happy with whatever our career is. So her and my dad both are pretty, they'll be accepting of wherever I end up, whatever I'm kind of doing. So, and I know financially if I was ever in a bind, they'd be able to help me out, which also is nice knowing that in the back of my mind.
Yeah, definitely.
So
it sounds like your family is very supportive and accepting of whatever you will do in your life.
Yeah, so that's
pretty laid back.
Yeah, so that really helps, with the, I guess it's not as important to where I'll be in, it helps it not be as important for where I'll be in 5 years, because I know I'll be supported and accepted,
Definitely.
I guess.
Yeah.
But, looking at it that way, that actually kind of, that
makes life a little bit easier.
Yes, it makes the stress a little bit less. To be able to realize that, I will have the support and stuff, so.
That's good.
Yeah.
So, is there anything else that you're stressed about in your life?
School's always schoolwork is a bit stressful. It's been a little bit hard to get into the group this year of the schoolwork, so, and especially because I'm trying to take the here and now approach rather than trying not to look in my future, like, oh my goodness, I have to apply for school next year. I'm trying to focus on now, but I've just been really hard to get into the school groove this year, to say the least. So it's been a little bit, trying to finish assignments. I usually don't get too stressed out.
Yeah.
Overly stressed. Like, I obviously stress about some things, but nothing to the big degree. But yeah, that last assignment I had to do took a toll on me.
And tell me more about that assignment.
The layout of the essay was just something I've never really had to quite do before. So to kind of do research and to change my essay style for this assignment was I found it difficult. So
you, expanding your views and, changing your style and stuff wasn't new to you, or was new to you.
Yeah, it was new, and it was it was stressful.
That was stressful.
And I wasn't able to do, be in control and do it the way I wanted to do it. So
yeah, it sounds like lots of people now are really hard to change.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm saying.
No, yeah, I know, I get that. It's to get out of kind of our old ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I found
once you do something for a really long time, it's hard to change that.
Yeah. So
yeah,
and that goes back to like me being organized, me having this plan of in 5 years where I want to be, with all my schoolwork, it's kind of the same stuff, organized, how it's always been. So yeah, all in all, it's just it's all about my organization, and I want things to be done my way. So that's been difficult.
What else is there in your future that you think should be there?
Yeah, well, I'm definitely wanting kids, but that's not something that I stress on or plan about, because I'm wanting to have I know I want a solid career before I would have those. Yeah. Just so I can, because I know I was supported by my parents because they had good careers and stuff. So I wouldn't want to put a kid in that situation. So, that will be, I don't know, maybe the next 10 years, but we won't even go there yet. But yeah, the next 5 years, my biggest thing is I just want to be able to find a job on the island. So.
It sounds like that's what you're very enthused to do, right?
Yeah. So.
It just sounds like you are very excited to move back to the island, finish your degree, and then in the next 10 years maybe have kids and hopefully still be with the man you are with right now. And you're stressed about school and the assignments being changed, so it sounds like you're not able to change that easily. And but you sound like you have a very good head on your shoulders.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
How much was that?
You're only at 13:30.
That's fine.